And go. All right, man. Today's episode 3 for the Chris and David podcast. And we have a special guest today. Can you introduce to him, Chris?
Yeah, so like I said, today this is episode 3 on the Chris and David podcast. We got Chris here and David, and we have a special guest, Alejandro Gonzalez. Welcome, Alejandro.
Hello, hello. Thank you.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. This fucking beer is delicious. I swear, it's pretty good.
So on these last couple episodes you've been hearing, just kind of click a little noise at the beginning. That's going to be us opening a few beers and enjoying the podcast and just, chilling and enjoying the conversation. All right. So do you want me to go ahead and start off with the first questions? How are you doing today?
Actually, how are you doing, bro? Actually, I know you've been having a blessed day. You said you were really happy and shit. Explain to I don't know if you want to explain to your audience why you're happy today. And
I don't know.
No, okay, we'll leave that out. Too soon. All right, man. That's good. That's good.
Enjoy the moment.
At least you're smiling, though. You're smiling.
Yep.
And shit, I can see cheese in it. Is that the cheese he gets when he gets pussy after that, bro? Yeah. Damn, you forgot to ask him that question, but that has to be off air.
Oh, yeah.
That's an off air question. Some folks get offended.
Okay.
So, Alejandro, since it's, like I said, it's a Chris and David podcast, we're kind of starting it, like letting people know a little bit more about ourselves and everything like that. What would you say is your first memory of me? What is your first memory of just Chris? Man. Is there a first memory of just Chris, or is it a Chris and David memory?
Chris and David. It's probably, I would say it's definitely a Chris and David memory.
It would be. You think you met both of us at the same time?
No, actually, I'm lying. No, I met you a little bit earlier than.
I think we met each other a little bit before.
I remember. I think I remember this for one time, but I think we went to someone's house and these fools were smoking. I think Marco showed up and.
I went to Mac G's house and you were
Mac
playing
G,
Xbox with Cardo.
Oh yeah, the Halo days. That was the Halo days, dude.
Way back.
So that was your first memory.
That was the first memory.
Yeah.
All right. So it wasn't a bad first impression.
Nah.
Does everything have to be a bad impression?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I leave a bad first impression back in the
I mean,
day.
you did put sauce on somebody's ass crack, bro, past that.
I wouldn't say that to Chris probably until my senior year of high school. So.
Oh, that's when they were popular. Parsa.
Before,
Is that what Parsa used to hit up Cardo? Where you at? Remember, he used to hit up Cardo for some beer.
Oh, yeah.
He would, Parsa would always hit him up.
I do remember.
Shout out to Parsa Davari. We got to get him in the podcast. That'd be a funny character. No? No?
You don't want him.
He's too political?
You don't want that guy.
He's that bad? Okay.
So, all right. So with us, it was pretty much the introduction of like with me and Cardo then, and pretty much just getting the beers for them back in the day, which we benefited off of it also, being able to get beer early and younger and everything.
Shit.
What was your first memory of David?
Yeah, that was mine.
Oh man.
Besides being your dad.
No, stop. Oh man, David.
Yeah, what was your first memory of him? So you met us playing Halo and everything. Like, was it David just showing up like at a party later on?
I think I met him at a club. He played Julio beer pong vodka. I think vodka.
That was at Pepe's
That was at Pepe's.
house. That was probably like one of the first times I legit.
At Pepe's house?
Yeah, fool. I swear. Me and Cardo just came from the bar. Was it vodka or was it tequila? It was a big ass bottle, bro. It was. These ones were already fucked up. We
had been drinking.
Yeah, me and Cardo. That's when me and Cardo used to go to the clubs. We were single at the time,
okay.
So we would go to the bar and grill. And that's when
That's
when he would send me to the 18-year-old part, the 18 and older part, for all the 18-year-olds, and then Cardo would go with the 21 and over, and then he would get all the beers. He had the Paquito ID and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he was Paquito when he's 21, and he was Cardo under 21.
Y'all should have held late that night.
Yeah, it was like 3 in the morning, bro.
3 in the morning at Pepe's house?
Yeah.
What did we show up with like Sam?
I don't know. You weren't there, Chris.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there at that situation.
Yeah.
So
at that.
What else do you remember about it, David?
I remember this fool was pretty cocky. Like, I mean, that's his personality.
Yep.
I don't think they even called him Prime yet.
Oh, he hasn't called Prime
Before
yet?
Prime days.
No,
This is the Prime days?
Prime?
Yep.
I remember. So we show up. Alejandro's playing beer pong. I don't know if it was in Marcos.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up calling out Julio, and this one Julio used to pull that stupid ass trick, the Marine, when he would show it his eyes and throw it, and he pulled it on him, and Alejandro got fucking. I think he got dogged, but he was already.
Keep in mind, I was already big.
I'm pretty sure when we got there, that bottle. When they started, that bottle was full. When we got there, that shit was probably halfway. It was a big ass bottle of tequila. Oh man. Actually, I got a question. How did you get the name Optimus Prime? Because
How did you get that?
yeah, that's the
Prime.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the movie had just came out, and no, it was the third movie.
The third movie?
The third movie, I think, where he goes up against the.
He transforms into
Do
bed.
you transform? Is that what
He
it is?
realizes he's the last Prime, and you were like, he's got such an attitude. When he walks in, he thinks he's the last.
I think
Prime.
Fabe gave him that name, bro. I
One
want
of
to.
y'all did for sure.
And then Marty used to go, I never met a Prime before.
Exactly.
And then this
That's
one would
the
just
second one. That's
smile,
the second
cheese, and then go like this and smile.
So they
Little
put
cocky
the
fucker,
name,
yeah.
it was a free Prime?
Every time, I never met a Prime before.
It's a real life Prime.
That's a real, yeah, the real life, the last of his living kind,
Every
bro.
time I walked in the door, oh man, that's a real life Prime.
That's a real life.
Man.
He would walk up like this all the time. It was fucking hilarious,
Give me
dude.
hype, fuck it. I'll use it. I'll use it.
All right. So since you pretty much became our friends through like Ricardo, which was pretty much like Miguel and Marco and Parsa and Jackie and Jason, how did you become friends with all those guys like Jason? How did you guys, your East Union crew, come to be?
The littler crew.
The literal crew? Why the literal crew? I want to know that.
Because I mean, we're basically y'all, just younger.
The younger crew?
Littler
Really?
crew.
I didn't know that.
I didn't.
I feel like we
notice
were
that.
like y'all.
I
I'd never
thought we were
noticed
all
that.
in the same group. I mean,
I thought we were in the
a
same
little
group. I never
together.
considered you guys.
We didn't
Well, no, I
consider
mean,
you
it
guys
was
to
always
each
the
other.
older kids versus the younger kids.
Yeah,
Feel me?
yeah,
So,
I could see that.
I mean,
So how did you guys become that little group of
dude,
EU?
sports
it like
mostly?
it was through
honest,
sports?
Definitely sports. Sports helped out a lot. I mean, I met Marco
Mhm.
in soccer, and Jason was kicking it with Marco. So
How'd you meet Martin?
Martin was kicking it with Miguel.
Oh,
So
yeah.
literally just mashed up, dude.
Shh, Miguel. I missed that guy.
Without even trying, the group's just.
When's the last time you spoke to Miguel?
Actually, not that long ago.
Really?
I actually talked to him.
Did he get over?
I don't know if I want to bring this on air, but yeah.
Fuck y'all. That was.
No, but I talked to him. No, we didn't scratch that shit. I talked to him now, and we cool. He's
He's
solid.
cool.
Yeah,
He's solid. I've been
solid.
wanting to call that little fucker actually, and stuff like that. I miss that little fucker. I want to get him on the podcast, but I don't know. What Chris? Do you want drunk Miguel or you want
I want
sober Miguel?
no, I want drugged Miguel.
Drug.
I want drugged Miguel. That's the preference I would
Yeah,
have.
you don't want drunk Miguel.
Yeah, I don't know,
He
man.
won't stop talking on this mic.
We're gonna have like 4 hours, and he's gonna go like this. Oh, you fucking.
This
He gonna
podcast
mix it.
isn't about Miguel. When we get Miguel on here, we'll talk about it. We're talking about our guest Alejandro here.
The prime.
Yeah,
I never
the
met a
prime.
prime before.
So, like you said, sports was one of like your biggest interests and everything. What got you interested in playing basketball? What was it that started
Basketball?
that spark? Because you said you played soccer with like Marco and Pepe.
Because I know,
and those guys.
yeah, because basketball
What
looks
got
like
you
it's your
into
like
that?
main
Basketball.
sport
And
though.
it wasn't Martin
It was
that you
close.
said got you into that.
It was
So-
close between basketball and soccer.
So what was it that got you into basketball?
Basketball
Mm-hmm.
goes way back. That goes way back.
It goes way back. Well, let's take it way back. We got time.
We got
Man,
time, bro.
I was
Explain that shit.
I
Mhm.
was a kid, man. I was in Redwood City.
Oh, you lived in the Bay?
I was in the Bay.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. I thought you
Little
like.
apartment
See, we're all
building.
learning something new out here.
I didn't know-
I
I-
didn't know you were from Redwood City.
Oh, I know that his mom and my mom are from the same state of Mexico and shit, and that's pretty rare.
And that's why David claims him as his son.
No, that's another story.
So it was just little. Was there like a park close to your house, or what was it?
No,
that,
it's actually funny, man. We ended up going to this park. I can't remember what it's called now. Now to think about it, but
Mhm.
it's my cousin's birthday.
Yeah.
5, 6 years old, and it was a school, and there was a broken hoop already. Like it was
Like the
just
rim
a
was, like,
backboard
bent or
and
what?
rim.
It was
just
bent?
a
Okay.
backboard and rim.
No net.
Fell off
No
of the
net?
post, Fell off. Yeah, no net. Fell off of the post.
Mhm.
It was just broken. So my dad took that home.
Fucking,
He had been watching Michael Jordan for who knows how many years.
Yeah.
I was born in '92. That's when Jordan was.
they're hot.
Going-
Actually, I haven't even seen the Save the Last Dance.
I've only seen one episode and it's
Yeah,
dope.
this fucker's the one that's been watching
But I
it.
mean, that was '92 when I was born. So think about it. I'm 5, 6 years old, 4.
Yeah.
That's
And
90,
he's-
96.
And my
Coming
pops
up
watches
probably
all
that
sports.
second, third, three-peat. Yeah.
3P, yeah, 96, dude.
He ended up picking up that little backboard, took it home. We lived in the second story, bolted that shit to the stairs, and started hooping.
Hey, that's how.
That was
How old
it.
were you when you moved to Manteca?
9, almost 10.
9.
Oh
All
shit!
right.
So you were small. You grew up in Manteca.
Yeah,
Mostly.
mostly playing Manteca, I would say, because it wasn't a transition. I was gonna say because if it was more so like in high school years and stuff, that's more so like a tougher
About fourth
transition
grade.
and stuff.
4th, 5th grade.
Fourth grade, yeah, I guess that's not too bad of a transition. Did you find it
Don't tell
tough
that to a
or
kid.
not?
Dude.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, was it tough for you as a
Nah, yeah,
transition?
dude,
or
it
not?
was
Yeah.
definitely tough, man. I was coming into McParland. It's called McParland. And, you know,
Oh man, that's
it
a great
wasn't-
skate spot.
I wouldn't say it was like the only Mexican kid, but it was just, you know, you get those clicks.
I can-
normal, just-
I could see your whole neighborhood was all white
It
folks.
was
Yeah,
pretty
I was
much a
gonna
lot
say.
of white folks.
Oh yeah, your neighborhood is surrounded by white folks.
All I hung out with was white kids, so it was different.
And
It
over
was
there,
definitely
Redwood City,
different.
what is there? More Mexicans or
Now? Or?
No,
I
back
don't know
then,
back
or you
then.
don't, or do you
No,
have
it
any
was-
recollection of
I
that?
mean, yeah, there was a good amount, but we were still definitely like the minority, what you would call it. I guess.
Yeah.
But
It's been a while. Hey man, this beer is
So
fucking
then you
delicious.
went over here to Manteca, and then one of the famous things that I remember you is actually being on the East Union team. So you were on the East Union's team. And one of your favorite memories of back in the high school that we recall is you playing against a high school phenom named Kiwi Gardner.
How did you feel getting crossed?
How did you
Oh,
feel,
man.
how was that moment, being able to be in this highlight?
You that cross got immortalized because it's on YouTube.
It
Actually,
is.
that's
What can I say? I can say that it definitely looks worse than it was.
It looks worse than it
It
was.
definitely looks
Alright.
worse than it was.
Was
I
he as
mean,
good of a player in person that the highlights made him seem to be? Was he that quick?
was it that good
He
editing?
still seems that good. He's in the G
No,
League
he's
as we
definitely
speak.
fast.
Is he still playing?
He's in the G League as we speak
I,
right now.
I thought he was in the Santa Cruz Warriors. Is he still with the Santa Cruz Warriors?
He just got back with the
I know
Santa
he still
Cruz
plays.
Warrior. Yeah, he spent a little few years overseas in China and everything.
For real? Was he getting paid top dollar? Or?
Well, for Chinese money, you know,
No, I
more than
mean,
he would make over
yeah.
here in the league. But he wants to get to the league, so he's going back through the G League at this
And
moment.
you saw Seth Curry.
And,
I mean, if it's not
yeah.
just the name, he can make it. But I mean, he's
Yeah.
good. No,
He
he's
shared the
definitely-
What's his age group? It's like he's still in his prime though, right?
No, he's about
Nah.
27.
He's
Oh.
like, you would be your age.
Yeah,
like,
he's about 20.
yeah.
He's a little younger than me. He's about 27.
What was his height?
He's still. I don't think he's grown since then.
No, I mean,
Uh,
I
He doesn't need it.
Maybe,
Yeah,
5'9".
yeah.
that's kind of hard to get in, but I mean,
He's not that big. But, you know, he's got bounce, dude. He's always had bounce. He's quick.
He's very.
So I'm
talented.
saying, if I got God, I got God.
I know Fabo talks about that story where he fucking stripped him, but that's it.
I mean,
Lucky ass strip.
Kiwi?
talking about
I
a
don't
strip
know.
at a little.
Who else, was there any else of our friends on here that were on that same team with you, or no, or was it? Because I just,
no, I was
the-
just-
I thought Martin
the
played.
famous one for being the
No,
highlight.
That's it. You that.
So Martin's excuse is that he didn't have the grades, right? That
Yeah.
was why he didn't want to be on the
Yeah.
team and stuff.
Mhm.
Or is his
It
work
could've-
ethic?
It could have been just as well as him on that highlight.
Oh man.
That's a pretty good question.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Damn, Martin. Martin always tells me he's the grades, and then he said like he would always be in the back of the line when they would run.
There's,
the
I mean,
jogging in the back?
Martin could have made the team if he would.
No, he's good. Don't get me wrong. When he that's the key word. When he tries.
Translation with Martin.
What it?
He has a slight fear of failing, an underlying factor.
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's that.
I
But
just think
He doesn't have that killer
I
instinct.
almost want to give him that cruise speech from Coach Carter. Don't be afraid for your light to shine, bro. You know, let others shine around you. You know,
That's if he even wants to. Like,
he shines when he shines, and whenever he feels comfortable. So,
it's true.
that's Martin.
So now that we've spoken a little bit about the high school years, about you know being able to be on the team and do that, and you've been able to maintain your physical physique. So what has inspired you to continue to work out?
Yeah, because
Why-
you're
why-
straight.
why
You're
do
in
you-
really great shape.
What inspires you to?
You're in your prime though. What?
mean,
You're 28 or
I'm
29?
definitely in my prime. Yeah.
27, right? 27.
28.
28, dude. It starts declining by when it gets to like 28, like 28 and a half.
If you get to 30 and you haven't had a good routine,
So what is it
you
that
got
has
a
inspired
definite
you?
chance.
Hey, the only thing hey, right now I got still a set full of hair. There's some other folks that are losing hair.
Did you build
Yeah,
up like a
definitely.
good routine, and that's pretty much what
no,
it was
man,
that you got into it? Is it the women? Is it like what inspires you to keep working out?
Oh man, I've always worked out. I've definitely always worked out for a long, long time since I was a kid. Really, and I don't know, just
Has
it's
it just
definitely
been
part
that
of building
habit?
a good routine. It's definitely part of
It's
just
just
being
those
a
habits.
habit. Like
Mhm.
Dude, one of my
if
best.
you get so used to a routine and your body has been acclimated to so much activity, it's hard for you to stop. So when you stop, you start missing it. You get different kinds of aches and pains, just like you normally would if you just stopped doing anything you do on a daily.
It's crazy because
so
the best
muscles aren't being used or anything
exactly.
like that.
the best times where I was in shape is when I worked out with Alejandro.
What month was that? Because that wasn't a long period of time.
Dude, it
Are you
was
talking about you in shape?
when I got in grade. Oh wow. No, legit. When I was like around 27, dude, I started working out with them. I remember.
So is this the time?
Like 6 months.
6 months, bro. I was in the best shape of my life. That's how I learned how to box. That's how yeah.
Is this when you started to train David to box?
That was
Yeah.
You were the one that
his
sparked
first time,
his little flame?
Yeah, he was. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and he was a really great coach. You had patience.
Yeah, you gotta have patience.
Cause
Especially with David, but I mean.
oh, I thought Pac was the one that gave you stress all the time. Remember?
So David, how did Alejandro inspire you to keep boxing?
His patience.
His patience.
His patience a lot. A lot of it was patience. He had a lot of patience.
You weren't out here hyping him up or nothing, right? Being
Nah,
like,
this nigga. Hey,
you're the
Well,
next
I mean,
Julio
you gotta
Cesar,
hype him up a
or-
little bit.
You gotta
You gotta motivate.
let's go big butterbean or what?
Nah, I wasn't. That was Martin, bro. This fool would tell Martin, "Es por tu bien." The sit-ups, we do sit-ups. Yeah, and this nigga would tell Martin, "Es por tu bien." And that's what Martin.
Whenever you work out and you do.
Yeah, bro, because it was fun though. We were.
It should definitely be for you.
So speaking of working out, why is a 4-pack not enough? Why the fuck does it have to be a 6-pack? Why is a 4-pack not enough? If you work out, what the fuck?
That's preference.
It's
I
preference?
definitely think that's preference. It depends on whose side. You know, if you're talking from a female perspective. I don't know.
Well, from a female's perspective,
You think
have you gotten any compliments after you just?
I get compliments all the time.
What is the difference between the 4 and the 6?
Yeah.
Is
They just
there
want
a
that little
difference
extra
on the
grip.
4 and the 6? Do you notice a difference on a 4-pack in those bottom 2 for the 6?
The penis pointers? What is it, the little penis
Is that
pointer?
what you call them?
I call them the penis pointer. When I had my little penis pointers,
Everybody calls them. I mean,
cause you got the little V.
I think it's kind of like the equivalent of
What is it?
some sexy love handles on a woman, you know.
Like the curves on it.
The curves, yeah.
Ooh, is it like the back dimples? Is it the
Oh
back
damn, the
dimples?
back dimples.
The back dimples.
The back
Is that
dimples.
what it is?
That is that.
Because you know,
a
so
thing.
you don't really
You
need the
wanna
back
put some
dimples,
side by
but if there's
side.
bad dimples,
Sometimes
there's
it's
back
very,
dimples.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah, the back dimples are
that's what it
good.
is.
It's just something. Yeah,
It's just something, yeah.
I mean, they are the hardest to get. Like that lower abdomen part. That shit.
That's a bitch.
To get. So it's kind of also like fuck you. I got it, not you.
It's kind of it's kind of like the last thing that actually you develop is your
It's
body.
hard.
Those
Yeah.
last 2 bottom.
That's the last two. The last
That's
two.
what I'm saying.
rough
Why
one.
don't people just settle on the 4? Why do you gotta try to get those last 6?
Because I mean, by that point you have the 4, and you're like,
Right.
what's 2 more?
What's too more?
But I mean, that's if you got the bite. That's if you got the bite. If you got the itch to get it, then go get it. I mean,
That's not many people
So-
got the itch to get it.
We know that attracts women physically, but what attracts you physically to a girl? Like, what is your thing that gets you like? All right, like that's that.
Oh, you have a lot of taste.
You have a specific taste.
Specific
Is it a lot-
taste,
a
or
lot
is
of
it?
taste, or
Is there a certain type of chick you
Is
like?
it specific, or do you have a range?
I mean,
Because some guys, it could be like, oh no, she has to be 5'6", chocolate brown, this and that. You know, for
Why are you
some
putting me
guys,
this
it
thing?
might- I'm just saying, like some guys might have a big range of girls. Like, you know what? I don't care as long as she can cook. That attracts me physically.
Or puss is, or keywords, puss is better than no puss.
Nah. Nah.
That is a quote from one of our friends.
I'm sure it was. I don't know. I'm definitely picky in certain areas.
So
and
you're
then
picky in certain areas.
I'm picky in certain areas, and
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more free range in others.
Are you picky because of the
What are
physique that you have, or are you picky because you
No,
it's just
what I'm attracted
are
to.
you attracted to? Okay,
I'm
okay.
attracted to. I mean,
Because most motherfuckers don't give a fuck as long as they get it in. That's
So what
that's the
parts
sad
are
truth.
you picky about though? Is it the face? Is it
definitely picky.
You're picky about the
I'm
face.
picky
Okay,
about
so
the
it has
face.
to be about the face. Are there certain parts about the face? Like, is it the nose? Is it the lips? Is it the eyes? Is it if she has one thing that's killer, you're like, oh fuck, like that's the one.
Like she has some
is it
beautiful
like-
eyes.
Yeah, like nice brown caramel eyes with fucking
It's
flappy ass
definitely-
eyelashes.
Chris, sorry to
or
interrupt.
big, fat,
Besides that
juicy
question,
lips, or
I gotta interrupt. Besides that question, you gotta ask
hella
him.
rosy and stuff.
It's definitely a little bit of the lips.
No. Are you pausing it?
No, I was just saying. I was like, before you interrupt, I want that question about the face mask nowadays, because he's.
Oh yeah.
You're now you're we're talking. Yeah. After that, well, I'm just saying, like, you got to throw it in there. We haven't thrown that one. We brought it up.
Question we want to ask other people and stuff, but I'll ask you right after this one.
Yeah. Because it's kind of attached to it. It's actually attached to that question.
About the face of girls. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I would definitely say it's a mixture between the lips and the eyes.
Mixture of the lips and the eyes.
I mean, they do gotta be nice and voluptuous, and but at the same time,
Little plumpy lips.
Some little plumpy lips. You gotta have something.
Lips.
I mean,
okay. Mm-hmm.
It's the smile and the stare, man. It's gotta be a combination of some beautiful eyes, but she gotta have that stare.
Do they have to be colored?
You with the eyes.
Do they have to be colored?
No, they don't have to be colored.
Do you like it when a girl hypnotizes you with the eyes, or do you see a girl and then you gotta hit her with the "Hey, I see you, girl" eyes?
I'm gonna say I like the competition on that.
You like the competition?
Like if she give you the eyes, and you give her the eyes.
So okay, so she has to give you a quick eye, and then you're like, "Oh, I seen it. Let me go give some more eye back."
I mean, like my man Will Smith said.
Uh-huh.
I noticed you. I just want to give you the notice that I noticed you.
Okay.
All right. So now here go. It shifts kind of towards the question that David, like we wanted to ask. So now that we're switching to like this Corona bullshit and everything, like how are you to tell the girl's face? Like back in the day, used to cover their fucking faces with makeup. Now they're covering their faces
contour
with
and
actual
shit.
masks. So how are you? What the fuck
like the bitch cabs, the fucking girl
cat. Going to the bar now and you're hitting on this girl. And she got a mask on.
Now
she
you
got
can't
pretty
tell.
eyes.
She got butterface.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
she has pretty eyes.
For example, you go to the bar, the girl has some pretty ass eyes, eyebrows on fleek, and then she takes off the mask. Bitch looks like the Mortal Kombat character Melina, my nigga. I'm telling you, bro. I'm just saying.
What are you to do in this situation as we go forward in this new dating? 2020 in the future dating. This is.
That's funny you bring that up because that kind of reminds me. My coworkers were just talking about this too
because it's getting brought up, you know.
Well, that's not even that, but I'm on the side of that. They're females. Most of my coworkers are females, and they're talking about how they don't like it when guys take off their hats.
Oh,
because we haven't been able to get a haircut.
They don't know what's going on underneath.
Everybody just gets a little taper with their hats. I remember
So I've been through this conversation. I mean, yeah, it sucks, man. It's tough. I mean, it's a gamble you take if you.
Well,
sometimes people can be attracted to a voice.
It's the same thing with it's the gamble you take when you see a bitch that puts on makeup on fleek, and then the morning you wake up, you're like, God damn, I did not. Is that the same girl I was with last night? I'm just saying. It's happened to many. It happened to many of us, and we all fall for that.
What I told them.
Because they're pretty good with that contour. I be seeing the makeup tutorial shit. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck?
But do you think for bitches it's actually getting easier? Because now they could just wear a mask and shit. You know, they don't have to necessarily do the whole face. They could just make up their eyes and make up that part of it. And then, you go out and take them on a date, and you're like, wow, I didn't even know that's what the fuck you look like.
Man.
Fucking look like Melina and shit. Al-Qaeda shit.
Trying to date right now, I'll give you, like, balls.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why you'd be out on the date in the first place.
There are people that are thirsty out there waiting.
Is she that bad? She that bad?
Hello?
Waiting to go to the bar.
Did you just answer the phone? What kind of shit is that?
I'm gonna interview. I'll call you back.
They're not here getting yelled at.
Wasting time.
It was Rosie.
Oh, what'd she say?
She said, "Did Fabian picked up?" I'm like, "No, that nigga's done."
All right, so since we talked about what attracts you to a girl physically, like you said, it's more about the eyes, it's about the lips, even though it's going to be kind of more tougher. It's going to be more look. So it's the look. It's
also like how she rock her look. If
how
she's
she
cute,
right.
Then she's cute. But if she has the personality to amplify that cuteness, then it strikes me. But if not,
do you have like?
Well, because I mean, that's true. Because I've seen you date some dime piece, but I mean. But they're. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm like they're pretty though, but I'm like they don't have no personality.
You see what I'm attracted to? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm attracted to a girl, but I mean, she gotta be looking like she'd like to take care of herself a little bit.
Yeah, like the Canadian chick.
Do you have a certain like style of girl? Like, do you like?
She gotta be athletic. She definitely gotta be a little toned. I mean, if she's a little thick, I ain't mad at it.
But she gotta be athletic though. She gotta at least if she big, she gotta run the D line. If she
4'6", a 4'6",
fucking 4'6", 40.
Fucking CrossFit and shit, huh?
Nah.
No, mommy.
She gotta look like she take care of herself.
So what attracts you mentally to a girl? What's something that, like, all right, since we were saying about, the physical's cool and shit,
that's
but what
tougher.
about the mental? Like,
Tougher,
what does she gotta have going for herself?
That's tougher. I mean, physical's
a little bit more easier because we can just think with our kid.
Yeah, exactly.
And say we just go out there. I like that. That's it. Boom, wiggle, wiggle. Let's go. But when you go to the more of the mental part of it, like how is this person gonna benefit me?
I literally just
How
got
is
into an
this
argument with a girl from high school, like an hour.
Yeah.
She posted something that I was like, I found controversial, so I gave her a little bit of my opinion.
Yeah.
She talked about how she thinks this generation. Well, I mean, it was a post saying how the post said that this generation is more into physicality than the inner person.
Yeah.
The mental side. So it's an interesting question.
That was her perspective.
But what was your argument?
I mean, I said you can't sum up an entire generation like that because we're all animals, you know. We
True.
pretty much we're physical.
That's the one thing that doesn't change us from generation to generation.
We're attractive physically.
You can't judge me for being attracted to somebody physically when I meet you and I say, hey, what's up? You don't just spill your heart and soul out. Like, I'm not going to just know you like that. Obviously, I'm attracted to you
for physical attraction. That's what, you know, like.
Got me. That's what made me bite. That's all. That's what made me bite.
That's a pretty good answer.
But, I mean, the question was, I'm sorry, I got away from the question.
But it sounds like.
Mental. Just pretty much like.
Well, I mean, just to sum it up, it sounds like that girl's bitter.
All right. I'll give you a personal perspective as far as me, too. So back in my day, just as you, I would still consider you being in your prime, as the prime doesn't age. You know, he's Optimus Prime. But me, I had my prime back in the day too, and I had a couple dimers back in my day and everything. But then you kind of get tired of that. I understand that and stuff. So you got to kind of take a break from that and see, like, all right, what type of person is going to benefit me? What type of person is going to challenge me and make me a better person? And are you ready for that challenge? Though, also, you have to be ready for it. You can't be like
just an easy task and shit. It's not easy.
Like, all right, I'm gonna try to make this work regardless of, because when you got it going on and you're in your prime and everything, it is too easy to leave a relationship because you could just get another one
on to the next one.
But if you want to value something, you want to actually see if that person can try to do more for you. You kind of have to have them challenge you in that way. And I don't know. That's the reason that I'm with my girlfriend. Like she doesn't like the fact that I smoke. She doesn't like the fact that I have children or anything like that. And she's someone that challenges me. And I know that the reasons that she doesn't like those things is because they're decisions that she felt like I made bad in the past. But she understands that, you know, she's gonna have to deal with that and cope with that. Yeah. But like I said, she also challenges me on those. Well,
I mean, let me put it to you.
To overcome those type of obstacles that you.
I mean, let me put it to you this way: like, would you can always go to a flower store and buy a bouquet of flowers. Mm-hmm. But if you plant flowers in the backyard and you nurture them and make them grow, that means more, right?
Yeah, that's true. No, it's definitely.
So, like you said, are you willing to grow? Are you willing to go through the...
So, what Alejandro is saying is he wants a young girl that he can go ahead and groom on his own.
I go to college campuses, get my little 19-year-old girl, groom her up.
I'm just playing.
I totally understand. You want to grow with that person.
I know about putting that.
I got the...
Robin?
I can reprogram your circuitry.
Oh damn! That's from God Loves Ugly. That's a hair. Damn, that's a good song.
I don't want to too young.
Yeah.
Mold them however I want.
Now she's happy.
Strong. You gotta stand up for yourself.
And it's a good thing though. You want to build with that person and stuff. If your shit's a perfect relationship, I mean, and there's no arguments, there's something wrong in that situation. I mean, there has to be like a balance to this stuff.
I mean, you bring in what you got, I bring in what I got.
Mm-hmm.
You want to stick around
exactly.
See what happens.
And I'm a firm believer of opposites attract too. Like certain things.
No, yeah, I mean.
Not honestly, but I'm a believer. Not all the time, but I prefer someone that's a little bit more. It's on my ass a little bit more just because of my personality. I'm just like whatever. I'm a little bit irresponsible sometimes. Till this day.
Opposites are only willing to attract if you're willing to listen to the other person's perspective. If you're just gonna shut them out from the get-go and they're not willing to listen to your opinions, then you both aren't really leading anywhere. You gotta have someone that willing to be constructive and willing to take that type of criticism
and understand your side.
Yeah, and understand it and see it from your perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
And that's tough to find nowadays because everybody's me.
Well, I mean, I've been noticing like girls be like, not just girls, but everybody complain, oh, I can't do this, I can't find someone perfect. Well, you're not willing to give them that. At the moment when it gets hard in a relationship, all you want to do is bounce.
So
and that's true. I noticed with this generation. I'm not gonna. I just know a few people. I'm not gonna throw them on blast.
What I've noticed is white girls complain the most. Have you found that in your personal experiences, Alejandro? White girls.
That's so true. In my perspective, yes.
They're.
Man, are you talking about like just online or
When
like
you
in
date
person
them.
or?
Well, online, I feel like everyone,
a white girl, Chris?
everyone complains online.
Have you dated a white girl? For you to have that perspective towards a white person, a white female.
I'm trying to think.
Because I've dated a white female,
and I don't think
I
don't think they were very bearable enough to deal and date with. I know you dealt.
I dealt with I've dated a lot of the continent, bro. I mean, I'm just saying different types. You know what I'm saying? I had a little melting pot.
You had a melting pot?
A little melting pot of different cultures in my prime years.
I don't think you've had an Asian girl.
No, I have not, but I'm not attracted to them though too.
He's not attracted
I won't. I don't know. I don't. It's for.
We're not related at all.
Are you really attracted? Damn, you sound like my dad. My dad loves Asian girls, dude. He's on that China Express shit, dude.
What type of Asians though?
Yeah, there's a certain type.
Like Japanese Asians,
Filipinas,
and then
the Cambodian. Because Filipino girls are kind of similar to Mexican chicks. Is that the route you're trying to go for?
I could do with a Filipino or
because it's similar culture, though. It's a similar culture type of thing. It's easy to adapt. Huh?
It is, but I mean also.
They are pretty, though.
Well, I think
out of all the Asian group, I would say the Filipinos. Filipinos are.
Well, I already told you my thing about liking a girl to feel weak and
you like that petite shit.
I like petite.
I
like petite girls. I like a girl to look at me.
I just picture her little scared face. I just pictured when this was. So, hey, Alejandro, so we're having this conversation. Like, obviously, because I'm attracted to like a mixed race of female. This when we're talking, like that's what I like. You know, that's my preference, I guess. And then this guy's, well, I like them petite, vulnerable, and I just picture just a little sad puppy, bro. Just like you. It's like I don't know if that's a preference or it's just like that's what, like I just like to be in control type of motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying?
that's what it sounds like.
That's what I'm saying.
In those moments, I do like
Make them feel weak. Oh wait, and what moments though?
That's not necessarily what he's talking about either. I mean, it could just be, you know,
in those
let me
moments,
control
I
the
like to be-
situation. Let me
I like
feel
to be
like I know
aggressive
where.
in those moments. Let me show you where this is gonna go. Brace, buckle fuck in. Let's go. Buckle the fuck in.
I hear just picture just crying like teary, like fuck, dude, like like that's gonna be a blood spill or some shit. I don't know. I told you.
All right, hold on.
I have 3 kids. David is having his first baby.
Man.
How have you been able to avoid pregnancies?
Don't even put that kind of evil on me, man.
How have you been able to avoid it though? That's what I'm saying.
Is it the pull-out game that good though? Like, is it the 4-pack, the 6-pack that's helping you out? Just boom. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what happened. I got chunky and that was it.
Are you with like Kobe with the first 4 air balls out there? You just go out there and just try to miss the ram.
week.
Like,
This is.
I'm gonna shoot this short real quick.
Me and Kobe, you know, right now we got. I'm about as halfway through his career with the shooting average right now. So.
Hey.
Oh, hey, legendary.
No,
Wait for it. Legend. Wait for it. There.
I don't know if I want to go the full career though, because that's a lot of shots to take.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's all shot. That's a lot. That's risky.
I'm about mid-career. I don't know if I want to take any shots. Nah, man,
I don't want to see the fall of a legend.
Puts up all the shots.
I can tell you in the past couple.
You want to retire in your prime.
Past year and a half.
You've been getting closer to that.
I've slowed down, bro.
You've
So
had a lot of close calls.
I've seen a lot of. I've had some close calls for sure, but
yeah, I would imagine.
Dodging bullets and shit.
That's besides the point. Well, when you see everybody around you start having kids, you know, this is something in the water, but it's literally everybody around me. Literally.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, I'm like.
So now I'm saying
you're at that age. You're at that age though. It's like 20. You're 28, bro. Where everybody's just settling down, getting married, going. You know, I remember when I was 28 and 27, I started seeing everybody getting married or engaged and shit.
Starting to make some decisions.
It's gonna, but you're gonna. One thing,
everybody's starting to make some decisions, and they're. I mean, it's either gonna be too early or too late before you make a decision. But as long as they're making decisions,
it's because of those dreaded 30s are like right there.
Yeah.
And then
What?
those 30s,
people rush it.
I feel like at this point in time, a lot of people get a little nervous, and like, where am I going in life?
But
I mean,
you shouldn't do that. You should just let life come to you. Don't force any situation.
I just gotta let you know though.
Just let life come to you because it's not gonna.
You're gonna have to be prepared to find a girl that's. If you do find a girl, you might end up being a stepdad. I mean, I know you probably know that because.
That's one of David's biggest concern is like he figured that once he gets into his 30s, that anyone he gets with is gonna have a child. But you shouldn't concern yourself with that situation. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I wasn't. I mean, it's just
because you have to think about all the fun that you had in your 20s.
Yeah, I did.
Some people weren't able to dodge those bullets.
You know,
he's saying it from like actually.
I do think everything is give and take, and like, yeah, if you want to party your young years, you're gonna have to sacrifice some shit in your older years.
Yeah,
which might be meeting a person with a kid. That's just it.
It was definitely that.
I didn't know.
The odds start to build in the opposite favor.
Yeah, because I
getting older. Sorry.
I was actually pretty good. Happy I found someone without kids. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I got kind of lucky because the older you get, it's legit.
I was 14 when I lost my virginity. How old were you, Big Dave?
I was 19.
You were 19. What about you?
I was a late bloomer.
Oh, man.
Fuck. It was
12,
bro? 12? No, I just...
I don't know if I want to divulge this.
Oh, he doesn't want to divulge.
Nah, I'm just playing. I was fucking 16.
That's not
bad. That's a perfect age.
That's like the cute high school age. Yeah. Like that's like.
Was it a girlfriend?
Yeah, like some people don't even have it happen until like prom and shit, which is like 18. But at 16 is.
But that's because I don't know if that's American. I don't know if that's just a cultural thing that it's a fantasy. Oh, to lose it on prom night.
But there wasn't that many people, honestly, that I know personally. I know everybody in our high school was fucking way before 18.
Shit, before you even got to high school, bro.
It's just a movie.
It's what I'm saying. It's just a fantasy or something that's romanticized a lot, actually. So that's why I'm.
Yeah, 16.
Or else you would have lost yours at your prom, right, David?
Shit, yeah. I don't want to talk about that situation.
Nah.
I ain't gonna put people on blast about that. That was a horrible thing. All you gotta know, I got picked over a girl, so that's it.
All right, so we'll kind of keep it on sex, but we'll change it a little bit. What are 3 things that you think personally are better than sex? Oof. 3 things just that are personally better. This will kind of like tell the people your priorities, because some people might say money, some people might say family, some people might say certain things here and there. But what are 3 things that are important to you? As far as
besides
better than sex, because sex is something that's innate in us, something that we have to reproduce in this world, something that we don't even consciously think about. It's just something that we do.
3 things that are better than sex.
So what are 3 things in your mind that you feel are better than sex?
Tough.
It is definitely tough.
That's a tough thing.
You definitely got to think about. You got to prioritize.
It's like that fucked up question you asked. It's like that fucked up question you used to ask. What's better, taking the shit or busting a nut? That was
that's also a question worth contemplating.
It really is, because you're like, fuck. Yeah, they both feel great.
That's a close one. Nah, I would probably say busting.
Yeah.
There's just more relief when you take a shit sometimes.
I don't know. When you bust a nut, you just feel that stress, like from your back, your muscles loosen up.
If you guys had a girl at this time, say, and she was guaranteed to give you head 1 time a day, and you're guaranteed to get that once a day, would you rather have it in the morning to start your day off well, or at the end of the day when you get home and you've had a long day and you're like, all right, I need to relieve the stress? Well, which one you rather take it?
Do we only get one of the other?
You only get one. You only get this one. You only get to start your day off.
That's a fucked up ass question.
You get to start your day off, and that's it. And then, like, you're good the rest of the day. Your mood is cool. Or would you rather have a shitty long day and then come home and finally be able to just fucking let that shit go?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Like
which
this.
one is it?
I think I would rather get it in the morning.
In the morning, and just have the rest of the day be cool, right?
Because like, even if I have a really shitty day,
yeah, you're like, at least I
can be like, fuck this, I'm going to sleep. No one I'm gonna wake up. As long as I'm alive.
Once I get home to wake up early the next day to get that head, I'm fine. That's actually that's my thing.
What about you too, David?
I prefer that. I like morning sex more than everything.
The morning is definitely better.
I wake up loose.
It starts the rest of your
No,
day
legit.
off.
I wake up.
Yeah,
I wake up energized. I wake up loose, ready to start my day. I'm like happy. I'm on my way. I'll turn on the Joe Rogan podcast dude, yeah, exactly. I'm like, and then anything that just comes at me, like I'm ready to just miss, like like anything that just comes at me sideways, I'm ready for it. I'm prepared. I don't know. I just like that morning.
So we still managed to talk about sex, even though we were trying to think of 3 things that were better than sex. So
yeah, sorry. We sometimes. So one thing I learned about this podcast, sometimes you digress a little bit off topic and shit.
On a side note, this beer is really good.
Oh,
dude, this one is fucking delicious, man.
I don't know, that one made me nervous.
No. You want to take a little sip of it?
Nah.
Oh yeah, I don't got Corona. Sorry about that. But
but 3 things that are better than sex, man.
3 things, in your opinion. This is in Alejandro Gonzalez's opinion.
I mean, I love family time.
Okay, so family
That's
time
good, yeah.
is number 1. All right, so he'll turn down pussy for his family. What else would he turn down pussy?
Kicking it with the homies.
Kicking it with the homies.
It's always cool.
Yeah,
Having a good time.
Oh, thank you.
Memories.
I'm happy. Thank you for actually showing up for this interview. I appreciate it.
I like making memories. But let's see, number 3. Being able to play sports, man.
Being able to play sports.
Yeah, that's an awesome feeling, dude.
It definitely is.
I love. That's why I'm happy that I'm having a boy that he's gonna have. I hope he has this.
So is slapping the backboard just as good as busting it up?
Nah.
No.
Cause slapping the backboard just makes you want to dunk right there.
Oh, it's like
right there,
like a blue balls kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that's a good. It's like a blue ball. It's like, damn, I'm right there. Man. I'm slapping that shit.
Did you write I don't think you even wrote that question, huh? You just made.
Anybody that can slap the backboard really nice is mad as fuck. I know that's as far as they gonna get most of the damn time.
That's it.
No, but have you touched? You've dunked before, right?
I've gone, dude. I think I honestly had one solid chance.
I think you told me that.
Dunk it. Martin was there. Martin saw me get up, and Martin tell you like, yeah, you probably could have dunked it right
was it
there,
the shoes?
and I missed.
This must have been the Kobe.
I just got nervous. I fucking was up so high, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I've never been up that high.
You froze.
It caught me off guard. It
was just a combination of everything: the shoes, a good angle, a good little running start.
Too much pressure for the man. Too much pressure for the man.
It was a fast break, and I had just been running like I was pumped.
You're already warmed up.
I was already warmed up, and it was a fast break, and I take my usual As I can remember, if I get a fast break, I try to dunk. Like, I know I'm not going to get there, but I try and get as high as I can to see, like, my finger almost touched the rim and let it roll off just to say that I was up there. Since I was a kid, I do that.
Did that bucket go in, though?
It did not. It went in.
It went in, all right.
But if I remember it went in, Martin might say it didn't. I honestly don't know, but...
Martin has his own perspective.
I'm pretty sure it went in, but I was just up so fucking high, I was just like, what the fuck? I don't know, I focused on how high I was and I didn't throw it in. But, I mean, I think I could dunk if I worked at it. I just don't got the time to put that much focus into my legs specifically.
It's a lot of bounce.
It's a lot of specific workouts.
So, I know you said earlier you like that little beer that you're sipping on right now. Do you remember what was the first beer you ever tasted?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
what was your first beer? Was it a Bud Light? A Budweiser, a Coors Light, a Red Stripe? What were you? What was Alejandro's first beer?
Oh man, what was it? I think it was Tecate.
Tecate. Was it a red or a blue?
Red.
It was a red.
Ooh, that's a brutal one.
My dad let me have some when I was a kid.
That's a brutal one. I don't like that.
It wasn't that bad. I was a kid, so I put like limon y sal on that.
I know, but have you tasted it as an adult yet? Like, I prefer not. I don't like it. I don't know. That's that one and Dos Equis. I don't fuck with it. I'm cool.
I might take that before I take a Bud Light.
It's a tough one. I might. I don't know. I think I might. Yeah, I might just take that instead.
Before I take a Bud Light.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just don't like Dos Equis and. I just got tired of every time we go to Rosarito. That's all we get. And then, I mean, I understand that's like the only beer, but like, but fuck, dude, that.
You don't like Pacifico?
I like Pacifico.
Don't they have Pacifico out there?
When we went for Ricardo's bachelor party, we just got nothing but Dos Equis. And the last times I've been to, it's all. When I went to the wedding, it was just El Barralito. Those are good beers.
So, what was your first memory of beer pong?
Beer pong.
When did you start playing beer pong and stuff? I know you guys had a lot of good battles against Team Compa back in the day. And what other little battles were there that you...
Fabe and Miguel. Remember that Fabe and Miguel?
Your first memories of beer pong.
There's a lot of battles back in the day.
Did you troll before?
I think I've trolled. I think I've trolled once.
I believe we all probably did.
I've trolled.
I know I've trolled for sure.
I remember I trolled before.
So what are your first memories of it, though? Was it... do you remember the first time you played, or you don't remember, like, that first time?
If I tried hard, I probably could remember the first time I played, but... I think one of the first times I played was in high school, but it was at Nicole Redbeck's house.
Oh, with the bros.
The bros.
The bros, of course, like bros.
Did you go to her party?
The bros were there that time. I think it was just like, Nicole, Marco, a few of the like little gang, you know. Mm-hmm. Miguel, I don't know if Miguel was dating Nicole at that time, actually.
I think he was. I think it must have been a possibility he was.
No, and I wasn't. I was a little bit after that, actually. I think it was a little bit after that. But no, after that, I mean, most of my memories were playing beer pong at Pep's house.
Yeah, everybody played beer pong. I remember when we had the two tables.
And then from Pep's house, we went to Ely's house, and we had a shit ton of beer pong games there.
That brings me to my next question. What are your favorite memories from Ely's house?
Oh, you're serious?
Damn, he was like, fuck.
So we had a lot of memories there.
I had, yeah. There's a point that I think you had the key to the house, right?
I would go in there just...
Dude,
if I did,
random also...
I would go in there, I would just...
So when she moved out of the house, do you remember that one time we went back at 1 a.m, dude? Off note, just to smoke a blunt.
I don't remember.
I think that was one of the first times I ever got crossfaded. Like I was at Ely's.
Was that Ely's?
What did you get what's that big ass bong they had?
The first
Big Will?
time I
didn't hit that.
Oh man, I almost died off that motherfucker.
The first and only time I did salvia was there.
Oh, I remember that. That's when Salito had that little trip.
Yeah, Salito had a trip.
Dude, Pac was there. Pac was with next to you, huh?
The first time I did cocaine was there.
Damn,
the first time I tried a lot of different alcohols.
The first time you seen people do heroin?
First time I seen people do heroin. It was definitely a crazy experience, but wonderful memories.
I remember Halloween there. I remember hella shit.
Oh yeah, Halloween was.
I remember every party that was there, every holiday.
Damn near, yeah. With great memories. Wait, how was your fond memory of Thanksgiving Eve since we're at this house?
Like Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving Eve. Like, what is your fondest memory? If you could.
Thanksgiving Eve? I don't even remember.
I don't. I mean, I mean, his own perspective. I remember doing. I mean, of all my parties,
Which one was Thanksgiving Eve? Your house?
My house, yeah, my house. Yeah, my house.
So
well, I could have just said, "What's the fondest?" I mean, to me, the funniest memory of him coming in at my party was.
That's always just the most memorable.
What is the memorable party? Because it's a situation. I don't know if you want me to explain to it.
I mean, I don't care.
So at the time, he was talking to one of my ex's friends, and this fool walks at the door with Jay, looks at her, shakes everybody's hand around, and then comes up to her and goes, "You're good?" And then her boyfriend was right next to her.
Why did she say you're good though?
He explains the story terribly.
Okay, explain it. I pretty much summarized it. Tell us from your perspective.
I was coming from a company Christmas party, so I was already drunk. Oh, I shouldn't have been coming to this party. But nonetheless, I was on my way, and David told me that a girl that I had previously been talking to was at the party. Now, this didn't really bother me, like David thought it would, but
I just texted him just to look out, just a heads up, you know.
Yeah, and I get that.
Cause she had a boyfriend with her.
But yeah, exactly. She had a boyfriend with her, and I don't know if I guess they thought I was gonna act weird or something, or I don't know what. But I'm normally cool, calm, and collected in those situations.
Well, I was forced to send that text message. I'm gonna clarify that. I'm gonna let me put my defense. I usually wouldn't have said shit. I'd have been like, let the flow go because I could trust my boy. But that person I was dating at the time was like, look, you better text. Yeah, so out of respect. I had to do it out of respect. If she wanted out of respect, it was out of respect, so I didn't want to hear it.
I get it, but from the other side, you got to think like, all right,
I mean, I know how you are, but I got tired of getting bitched at.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just like, fuck, really? You know what I'm saying? So
anyway, so I walk in and I'm drunk as fuck and I'm saying hi to everybody, and for some reason when I get to her, I don't say hi. I say you get, because there was. I feel like there was this
there was some tension.
There was unnecessary tension that everybody thought I was gonna do
But,
something or like act weird.
you know what she said though? Cause we all went hiking after, like I think a week after that. I remember she was like, Alejandro was the total respectful dude. Like, man, he made that whole party much easier.
She went home thinking about him.
You know, straight up,
she was like, yeah.
Like, I said what's up to her boy, and I was like, hey, you know, I shook his hand like normal, like I fucking just, I don't know.
Yeah, because she said that was like the cool, like that was pretty cool of him. Like, she thought that was pretty tight.
Ain't no thing but
I was like, that's my boy, dude. Like, come on, man.
So, out of all these parties, you don't have to say what that exact moment is, but who would you say is the most ratcheted person that you know? Is it David, Miguel, me, Fabe, Rosie, or any of our other friends? You don't have to say what that situation
at a
was.
party?
But just throw whoever's name it is.
Whatever
person think it is.
Person you feel as it is. Who do you feel like is the most ratchet out of all of us?
At a party.
Because I feel like we've all had our moments
That's not
of
fun.
where we passed that line.
I know you passed it plenty of times,
Man, that's
Chris.
Close. That's close.
So you don't have to say the memory, but we would like a name.
I like how you just say very seductive, like not seductive, like a little game, like you're in a game, like life and death game. I know, dude. So this was like on Saturday after. Remember how you said you wanted to get the?
I would like another Corona. Sir.
I got you, Seltzer. You want another brew?
I'll take one more.
I guess that's
I got a regular Corona in there, and then I have those Corona Caesars. Seltzer.
I'll take a regular.
All right, I got you.
And we're still waiting for the name of the person.
Man, that's tough, man, 'cause everybody definitely has
Everybody's
had their moments.
Everybody, you got to look back in your Rolodex of.
I almost gotta put myself on that. No,
You're gonna put yourself on it. I don't feel like you've had.
Nah, I'm not that rich. I'll tell you right now. I've had some moments, but it ain't that bad. Shit, dude. I mean,
that's how tough this question is. It's that close that David, Miguel, Fabian, or Rosie. It could be anyone or anyone else.
damn, dude, that's
That's
tough because you've been.
I've been in that line too,
been
and I would be willing to take that most ratchet title
Yeah,
if that's what it is.
You like, if you're not in the finals, you're definitely in the semifinals.
I will take a title in that final if that's what it is.
What did I miss?
I feel like Chris is definitely a contender.
He says I'm definitely in there.
Who would be his?
If you want to give me that title, I will take that title.
It'd be between I think it'd be between you and Rosie, to be honest.
Oh, both of
Whoa.
us. Dang, that's a good competition. You and her are gonna have to have that.
David would be a close third, but
Oh, really? Out of Miguel?
David goes in third.
Out of Miguel?
Miguel does some stupid shit. I don't know if he does some like.
Really? Well, why do you consider me ratchet? You gotta drink a beer before you have to answer that question.
Let me. While it's cold, let me save my beer, motherfucker.
Enjoy that first sip.
Cause you've been known to wake up some places. That's all. Like you just said earlier, you've been blacking out. You used to drink a lot. You do some stupid shit.
Yeah, but I've woken up to some decent places.
Yeah, we all have woken up in decent places.
I mean, I heard, but the person you're comparing to me, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure he's woken up in some fucked up places.
David,
Now that fucked up.
I'm willing to take the title of number 1, and David can't even take the title of number 3.
I'll take number 3. Fuck it, dude.
Like Miguel wants to shoot and throw Miguel under the bus to make him number 3 and shit.
I'll take number 3. Fuck
I'll
it.
take the title of number
Just because you have that picture of that dance.
Since we're going off with lists right now, we'll switch it up a little bit. Do you have a top 5 in hip hop?
Oh.
Top 5 artists?
Artists.
It could be artists or groups.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you want to go by one. We'll take
Since the whole crew has been like, we all been a hip hop influenced type of group.
I mean,
if you want to
growing
go
up for
a
sure.
collective.
Eminem.
That's always.
Eminem's up there.
Eminem's on there. And so this is your. It's not in order, right?
There's no specific order.
No order. All right. So we just got the top 5.
Eminem's up there. Biggie.
Alejandro's top 5.
Biggie's definitely up there.
And
Biggie's mine too. One of my top.
He just had a really nice
I didn't
flow.
ask you, baby. I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there.
Slug.
So we got Slug. We don't have all the atmosphere, just Slug.
Slug, I really like
Slug. Okay, so
That's what I said too, bro.
Shit.
It is a difficult question to
It's a
ask.
difficult one to just answer on the spot.
So we just switched
You
it
got
up.
3, you got 2 more.
We're going hip hop. We got Slug, Biggie, Eminem.
Man, that's tough, dude. I just put it in 5.
It's the top 5.
You got nothing but posters up around here of just everybody, Brother Ali, you know. Come on.
Yeah, you forgot the Dilated People record?
You got the garage.
Oh, that's a vinyl record right
there.
there.
Fucking everybody up here, and you want me to pick fucking
5.
No, you should show them the stack of CDs right there. There's only half.
I'm trying to go based off what I grew up to, though. Like, you know,
Don't go off my room,
That's what
bro.
I'm
They're
saying.
off the room.
There's no
It's just,
Travis Scott in your list then.
Damn, Riddell's gonna be. Hey, Riddell would get offended though. Riddell would get offended though.
There's no Travis Scott.
Fucking Travis.
Riddell's out there just.
I'm not saying they don't got their own sound, but
No
fuck that
Russ
shit,
in this
no.
playlist.
Eminem, Biggie, Slug.
Eminem, Biggie, and Slug.
The other 2. To put them at 4 and 5, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to think like who my mom like what I always resort to, like who I go back to.
Feeling in this moment, which is what May 2020. Who is Alejandro?
Out of the new artists.
Right now in May 2020, because later on it could change. Later on, somebody might feel a little bit better than you. You know, your favorite artist might have been different 5-4 years back.
No, for sure.
But now we're talking
Hell
about
yeah,
you know May 2020. So in this moment, you know, it's not to say this is your permanent forever top 5, because a lot of people like to be held down to that metric of no, when you say those top 5 it's forever.
Yeah.
But nah, we know that it's in this moment. You know, a lot of people's their top 5 could change.
I guess my 4 and 5 would have to be.
Fabian's rapper name is Pyro, so you can go.
That was a good one. Brother Ali.
So we got Brother Ali on.
And Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan, the whole collective.
The whole crew. Did you watch the show, The American Saga?
Mm-mm.
I watched this due to this coronavirus. I've binge watched the whole season. It's good, dude.
Good.
I mean, it's like 50-50. I mean, I don't know. I want to know how much truth there is to that.
What
the
streaming
season.
service is it on?
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu?
On Hulu. I'm just like, a lot of it is like, damn, this really happened, or they kind of exaggerate a little bit just to you know, to keep people in.
I mean,
But damn it, I think it's good. It hyped me out to freestyle though. I'll tell you that.
With this little coronavirus going on, a lot of people binging movies. Is there something that you've been watching, like a show that has caught your interest lately, Alejandro?
You know, on that Tiger King hype.
nah, dude.
No Lorena Bobbitt documentaries or.
Who's Lorena Bobbitt?
She chopped dick off, dude.
Whoa, what the fuck? Why do you watch these fucked up ass documentaries?
I've just been watching a lot of movies.
A lot of movies, 'cause there's no sports right now either to watch.
Oh, speaking of,
It's hard for me to get into shows, man. It really is.
it's speaking of movies,
take a
man.
lot of
Happy May the
commitment.
Force be with you today, dog.
Yeah,
May the Force.
That's right. That's right.
Today,
We play Star Wars movies all day today at work. It's cool.
yeah. Oh, did you guys?
We get to play movies at work. So.
Did you guys start from like beginning from
This is episode 1.
the prequels?
Yeah.
Damn it, not real Star Wars fans, because usually you start from the
We
the
were
originals,
thinking
then you go to the prequels, then you get to the.
Yeah, we were thinking about it.
That's the way to do it, though.
We were thinking about it, but we had a short day.
What's your favorite one out of all the Star Wars movies? No, that's you know, it's the Star Wars.
It's Probably
say?
definitely Phantom Menace, to be honest.
Phantom Menace? Is it because of Darth Maul?
Darth Maul's good.
Damn, that's everybody that just talk about that. No, it's true. Everybody that talk about that.
Yeah, it was just a dope ass fucking movie.
That's one thing that pisses me off about the prequels. That I think that they should. Oh, man. I used to be in love with Natalie Portman.
I definitely was a big fan.
No, definitely for me it was too. I remember 9 years old looking at it like, dang, that's my girl right there. Damn, Anakin. I thought I was gonna be Anakin, being like little 9-year-old boy getting that little 15-year-old puss. You know what I'm saying? But real life don't work like that. But fuck it, and that doesn't work.
That's when you pass your 20s.
That's true. That's because nadie en la escuela. That's because no one. But I'm just saying, like, for me, it's what I wished about the prequels, they should have kept Darth Maul all the way up to the Revenge of the Sith, like correct character development. Because I don't think Count Dooku really was like unnecessary fucking Sith. I don't know. That's just my. Because dude,
plot wise, he was good.
Well, because they killed fucking Darth Maul. They just were like, fucking, where's he gonna find another apprentice? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They just had to kill him off really quick. Yeah, that Darth Maul was badass. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite one out of all of them would have to be Empire Strikes Back, and then The Revenge of the Sith. That was actually good. It's a good movie, dude. Out of all the Star Wars, that's one of my favorite ones. Come on, it's Darth Vader. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, go ahead, Chris.
All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and switch it up a little bit. So I know you're not a sneakerhead or anything like that, but do you have a favorite pair of shoes?
Favorite pair of shoes.
Like, do you like to hoop on or anything?
Yes, even if they're like,
they're hooping shoes.
Hoopable shoes. Like I said, I know you're not like a super sneakerhead or anything. There are people that are out there that are sneakerhead.
I'm not a big sneakerhead.
So, but I know that everyone out there, even if no matter what shoes they are, everyone has that super pair, that favorite pair of shoes, whether they're comfy, whether they're to hoop and play basketball in, whether they're Crocs to go take the trash out, whatever it is.
I mean, yeah, I'm not too into shoes, but like the one shoe I have always wanted would be like the Space Jams.
Space Jams are very classic.
Those are the same. Hope they re-release them this year. That Space Jams the movie comes out.
Maybe when they do Space Jam 2, maybe. I would see him come
Yeah, you hate LeBron. You hate You're not gonna go watch it?
I'm probably not.
He's not gonna
really? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna take my kid. I'm only taking because I have a kid, bro.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. Like the only way I would go watch that is if my kid wanted to go watch that.
Well, I'm taking you and my kid. You're both my kids. You're not gonna go with your nephew? Go with your nephew, watch it, or what?
I'm gonna be at that premiere.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not obligated to take him. So.
Yeah, I want to take him.
If it's my kid, I'm watching it. If not, no disrespect to the Looney Tunes. But
man, my nigga Bugs Bunny would be so disappointed to you, bro. So butthurt.
Respect the classic, man. Why you gotta take some shit and ruin it like that?
They should have just put. I don't know. It would have been happening if Kobe did it.
How would you feel? Yeah, if Kobe had a scene.
There's a reason why Kobe didn't do it.
So, do you feel that Kobe Bryant's death had an effect on you?
Oh man, I'm still going through that.
You're still going through it?
Anytime
it doesn't seem to be real. Like anytime they still show any highlights,
I can't believe
anytime there's like old interview footage, anytime like especially on the Last Dance episode 5, those first 15 minutes were about the '98 All-Star game, and they had Kobe's perspective on.
Oh man, you talked about it just gave me the goosebumps, man.
What day did Kobe pass? It was like the 20th, 20.
Where were you when you found out about Kobe's death?
That's what I'm saying, dude. It was so close to my mom's birthday. It was fucking. My mom's birthday is the 16th. Kobe died on the 22nd or 20th.
He died like I think he died like in the. Damn it, we need Riddell for this one.
So bad now. You got to edit this shit out.
Nah, it's gonna be hard to edit, dude. Cause it's like it just comes out like choppy and stuff, but. It was on
January
26th, yeah. It wasn't before the All-Star game, now that I remember.
Oh, wait, no, I'm tripping then.
Yeah, because they at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was right, too. They did a little honoring at the Super Bowl. They honored him at the Super Bowl.
Speaking of the Super Bowl,
damn,
how do you feel about the 49ers Super Bowl loss? Were you surprised that they even made it, or did you really believe the whole time that they would make it that far?
If you're like me, you believe it from the beginning of the season.
That was I'm not gonna say that I probably expected them to win it from the get-go, but I mean, I was I was a believer for sure after the third game.
After the third game, you seen that they were killing it. You seen that their running game was clicking.
Yeah, if they write it, they got it. And
What do you think? What do you think about the draft picks?
well, it was the second game where I was like, you know what?
Well, I mean,
if they keep winning, I won't cut my hair.
Like how you keep how you keep track of basketball. I keep track of football, and I really like the squad that we're having, dude. Especially that we got Jimmy G back.
I think we can.
I was kind of pissed. I remember his first.
How many games do you think we can win right now?
This game?
With the new roster that you guys have.
Bro, we only got 4 players. We got the whole roster. We lost 4 players.
I think we can win 10 or 12.
My prediction.
I think we're gonna be we're gonna be 14-3.
9-8.
Because it's remember they
Really?
That was my prediction.
that is bullshit, dude. A lot of the teams are dude. This coronavirus is gonna affect a lot.
The worst we can do is 10. The best we're gonna do is 12.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we're gonna be way better than that.
I know you guys feel like Burrito was an insignificant piece. I know he was
For the beginning of the season,
He was starting off really good.
he started some beginning of the season, and then after he got hurt,
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect?
then what's his name? Moser came through clutch.
Yeah.
You guys also lost a wide receiver option. You know?
Yeah.
But we got a new
You
receiver.
lost
I'm not.
a running option and a receiver option.
But
How better did
we
you
had 3 great.
We lost Staley too.
Hey, but Trent Williams is a monster
yeah,
too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 7-time Pro Bowl. The only reason I'm saying I think we're gonna do great. Yeah, we lost a receiver, Emmanuel Sanders, and we lost obviously DeForest Buckner. We lost Staley because of his retirement, and we lost Breda. But I think we had like the 3-headed monster. Even if Breda wasn't hot, which after he got injured, he didn't play for a while. He wasn't hot. Moser was that running back that was on point. Boom, boom, boom. Or Russell, what's his name? Wilson Jr. too.
No.
Yeah, Raheem was the man. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand Breda for the beginning of the season. Yeah, he started off cool. He was hot, but after a while he got injured. He wasn't the same after that. And then we had Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman is a great running back. There's times when he wasn't getting hot, he would get all the heat. But then after you pass the ball to Raheem Moser, boom. Same thing. We had Deebo Samuel. That's a breakthrough. Another one we could use a receiver.
So what happened in the Super Bowl?
Man, we should have just run it, bro. We should have just ran it.
Why didn't you continue to keep running it?
I don't know what Shanahan's curse is, man. I really don't know what it is. Two in a row.
Do you think you can make it back? Do you know how difficult it is to get back to the Super Bowl?
I think he'll make it back, bro.
The very next year.
I think he'll make it back.
I think we got 3 or 4 years to get back.
I know you guys have a better chance than the Raiders, but
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's a definitely. According to Carter's eyes, every year they got a chance to go to the
I
Super
see
Bowl.
you guys in the second round.
We can make it. We can make it again. We got 3 years right now, maybe 4 to get back. I think
we're gonna be a good long run.
We got a solid foundation.
But what do you think about Jimmy G as a quarterback? Remember, he just came back from an ACL injury.
I think he's just got low XP points. I think he's a good quarterback. He just doesn't have enough.
Doesn't have that Tom Brady.
He doesn't have enough time in the crunch box. Yeah, like shit
Well,
matters.
I mean, Trent Williams is.
You can see it. You can actually literally see it developing through the season, where he was starting to get more comfortable in those last minutes in the pocket, staying in there instead of panicking and just throwing it up. Like you can see it. He was progressing. It's just you don't have enough time on the field in those pressure moments. That's all.
But I think coming back from an ACL injury, that a lot has to do with it.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You're panicking. You're like, oh fuck, that's ending.
Yeah.
It's important.
Especially so, but he did come back, went to the Super Bowl, which is pretty rare actually.
That's an incredible feat. Are you kidding me?
That's
incredible.
That's why I can't stand these like haters towards Jimmy G. I'm like,
The big talk of the offseason has been the Buccaneers. What is your prediction for the Buccaneers record with Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski coming back?
I know. I think that's a little bit unfair, but I mean, what can you do?
Ain't gonna make it, bro.
I don't think they're gonna get as far as they think they're gonna get.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady's finally playing in a good ass division.
Tom Brady is a really good quarterback.
But he's
even at his age.
But that being said, like he had the New England's team organized. That was his fucking baby. This is a whole different thing. Like,
well, I mean, he's in a whole different division too.
I know he's gonna want to come in and take over, but if that line don't protect him like New England's line, I think he's gonna get ate up.
I think he's going to go through the Saints.
He's gonna get
Drew Wilson with Drew Brees. With Drew Brees.
I think it's going to be tougher than they think it is.
And Matt Ryan. Ooh, I'm saying those are two quarterbacks that at least went to the state. One's a Super Bowl champion, one's been to the Super Bowl.
Hey. They are. Oh, I heard the Ravens are rumored to get AB.
Yeah. Oh, are you a little hype? A little hype, Ravens fan?
That could be dangerous.
With Lamar Jackson.
What do you think of Lamar Jackson, Chris, as a quarterback, choking in the playoffs 2 back-to-back?
He's following Patrick Mahomes' path. He got the MVP. Now the next thing is to get that Super Bowl MVP. Now let's get that, baby. Let's go.
Do you think he's better than Patrick Mahomes?
He's good, dude.
He's more dark-skinned, which means he's more hardened. He's more willing to take hits.
I think he's Mike
Vick.
Those
light-skinned guys.
I think he's like Mike Vick.
They don't take that many hits that well. And yeah, he's definitely like Michael Vick. I could see him definitely.
Way more athletic than Michael Vick.
Yeah, put money on pit bulls, my nigga. I could definitely see Lamar Jackson doing that.
I don't know. I think Lamar Jackson's more humble, man.
I think he's smarter. I think he's
smart. Yeah, he is. He actually took time to go meet every staff member, including like the janitors from the whole stadium, the whole Ravens organization. That's a pretty rare feature on the athlete. I'm just saying. I don't know if you know your team, dude.
Do you like running quarterbacks, David? I love running quarterbacks.
I like running quarterbacks, but how long does that last? They got to learn how to throw in the pocket. They have to stay in the pocket. I'm just saying. That's an ability that goes away after Father Time starts getting to you.
The Ravens need to pick up Cam Newton. He'd be the perfect backup in that system.
Yeah, but
I think the Raiders should get Cam Newton.
The Raiders do want Cam Newton.
You think he's willing to be a backup?
He's not willing to be backup.
That's a big if.
The way he dresses, he has to be in front of some sort of camera.
the little hood over his head. I don't know what the what
Mary Poppins.
Dude, I was weak when Shannon Sharp goes, I don't know what the hell that boy's thinking, but that outfit is not going to get him to the Super Bowl. I was like, I am he would show, and then when he would show with the shades, I'm like, oh, heck no. He look like he going to church. He going to church.
For real.
I mean, I'm not a big Cam Newton fan. I'm not.
Me either.
I just don't think he had one MVP season, and that was it. He could never get up a hump. Could never get over that hump.
I feel like he's a running back that can throw. He was always too big for his position. He was always someone that was just, like they said, too big. Like he got an MVP and everything. He had a good season, but it wasn't sustainable.
Kind of like Tim Tebow.
Well, Tim Tebow never had an MVP season. Tim Tebow, as far as he went, was just have a national championship and win a playoff game for the Broncos.
He had 5 minutes of fame.
And then they cut him, got paid Manny.
And then all of a sudden, that fucker started to play for the Mets.
Is he even doing good?
He's playing baseball right now, I think.
Is he doing good in the baseball?
I think he's doing all right. I don't know if he's in the major leagues, but he might be in one of those subdivisions.
I didn't even know that. Is he better than Kenny Powers?
I mean, it's just a sport, so he's good at it. So I mean, he's not
is he better than Kenny Powers?
He's in the subdivision, but
is he better than Kenny Powers?
I don't fucking know who Kenny Powers is.
Yeah, you know who Kenny Powers is.
Oh, he's from a fucking show?
Yeah.
You're stupid.
All right, David, what time are we at right now?
We are at 1 hour and 12 minutes.
All right. So we're going to get kind of close a little bit to wrapping it up. We do got a little bit more questions for Alejandro, and we're going to go ahead and shift it into, at this moment in time, we're currently dealing with the coronavirus pandemic, and the world is going to look a lot different from what we're used to. So in your opinion, you haven't been, how do you feel that the world is going to look differently after this coronavirus, as you see some of the changes that it's already having to take effect to our daily lives now?
Oh, man, we might be a little slimmer.
You feel like we're going to be a little bit slimmer?
I'm just kidding.
You don't think so? A lot of people are eating more.
With numbers. Dwindling numbers.
I just Lizzo got it. It's going to be bad.
I mean, I think it's definitely going to get ugly before it gets worse, before it gets better.
But the new norm is everybody going to have face masks.
But what is like the new
sociological? Like, how long do you think it's going to last? Like, there will be an end to this pandemic, but
I think people are going to be scared, dude.
Will it be cleanlier when this is over?
Yes. Most likely. I just hope movie theaters don't go away after this, bro. That's one of those scary things for.
I mean, I don't think it'll be that bad. I think people are just going to.
Do you think restaurants are going to be the same? Do you feel like you'll be able to go and sit down and order your food and sit comfortably kind of close? Or do you feel like they're going to have to separate people more in restaurants and not have that high of a max occupancy in most places that they used to have? Like, do you see
Clubs
those numbers coming down?
I don't, man. I don't.
You don't think there's going to go down? What do you think about clubs and bars and stuff? You think that's going to continue to be the same? You don't feel like they'll...
I think it'll be all right.
You don't think people will be scared about the germs and everything like that?
I mean, you really think about it.
I mean, if people were scared about spreading HIV, I guess they can't be scared about corona.
Well, I mean, really think about it. When the pandemic started, people were going out there to the beach in Florida. They didn't give a... And those people end up getting infected. So, I mean, I don't really think it... I don't think it really matters.
This is just like any other pandemic where the flu, it takes a little bit.
But I mean,
it'll take a little while, but we'll get back to doing the same bullshit that we were doing.
I mean, for you to say it's just like a pandemic, like any other pandemic, this probably been the biggest pandemic since the Spanish flu. I mean, it hasn't had the same death fatalities as it been.
You're taking it a little too.
To a different context.
You're taking it a little too in depth. Like, yes, I'm not saying it's not. Obviously, like, bad. Like, yes,
I'm just saying because other people hear this and they're like, "Oh man, this is motherfucker."
I don't mean to use the word pandemic so lightly. What you guys are asking is basically, can we resort back to normal living? And the answer is yes, because this isn't the first pandemic. You know,
but it did change a little bit and tweak society.
Every pandemic changes. Every pandemic, we get a little bit more advanced, a little bit more prepared.
But how much pandemic? I mean, when you say pandemic,
the thing is, like, what do you think?
What did you consider a pandemic?
We are changing and everything. Like, I'll equate it to, say, back in the day, it's not as severe and everything, but like when Barbara Bush started to make the initiative for the Special Olympics, and you start to see people with disabilities have more. Businesses are having to adjust to people with special needs, as far as like having parkings in the front, having ramps. Those weren't things that were, back in society previously to the 60s. So what are something that you feel like is going to have to change forward with this new, sickness that people are having? Do you feel like there's just going to be, like, you won't be able to get into a club without having your temperature checked? Do you feel like there's little things like that it'll still be our day-to-day living, but there's going to be some things that change that we weren't used to,
Aren't they trying to do something where there's an app where you get checked every time and then it shows on the app, oh, this temperature is perfect?
I don't know. I mean, I think it kind of depends on whether we find a cure. If we find a little...
I mean, it's going to take a while for it to find a vaccine.
Do you find a vaccine?
That is a big question, though, is if we find a vaccine.
I really don't think it... Honestly, I really don't think day-to-day life is going to change that dramatically. Will there be some more precautions? Yes, definitely. But that's just to be expected, I think.
I just think it's going to be a little bit more different.
And how so, David? In your opinion?
In my opinion, it's going to be a little more, like you said, there's going to be more. Obviously, I think people are going to be scared of going out. Obviously, there's people that do want to go out and work and do their essential business stuff and their stuff done. But I think people are going to be scared to actually go to a movie theater and socialize. People are, people, a normal, like you sneeze, they're not even going to tell you, bless you. They're going to just look at you really different. Like,
I think it would tell you a little too extreme, bro.
I mean, do you feel that essential workers, such as grocery workers, deserve to get paid more?
Yeah.
You feel like grocery
at the moment
workers do deserve? Why? They haven't. Their job isn't a skilled job. They just go into work. They just happen to be a person that scans our items. They're that middle person.
And the computer does the count. The computer does the math for them.
Why can't we eliminate their jobs and make it to where everything is automated self, which the way that things.
Well, you still need. Well, have you worked as a chef checkout?
I pay more money.
I'm gonna
to cause a lot more
people
money.
Here in that same in that same scenario. What's to say we don't need waiters when all they do is write down stuff, bring you the plate that they didn't cook, they just took your order.
Well, that would be more so on their tipping, right? Because they're a service. It's a service industry. Is
Walmart a service industry? So then what do you qualify as service? How did they service you? And why did they deserve that huge tip?
They brought the plate over to me and stuff, Like, it wasn't too much that they did.
But they still asked you what you wanted.
Why does the tip not go to the plate?
The only way waiters are going to get replaced is through AI.
Why do the cooks not get tips? You know what I'm saying?
So then, do you feel like that?
You mean the man behind the curtain doesn't get paid well?
I mean, if he's
it's not getting the notable respect.
That's an issue with the service industry.
If we think about it this way, look, grocery workers should definitely get paid more, but they also don't do what they should be doing.
And what should they be doing?
like if they are being paid to take care of our groceries, make sure that everything's restocked, make sure that everything's not past due date, make sure that there's nothing on the fucking cabbage that shouldn't be on the fucking cabbage. You know, and they actually nurtured and take care of what is going into our bodies, then yeah, they should get paid more. They're taking care of our fucking food. That's our resupply. That's what we do. Those are our resources.
That's what we need to survive.
That's what you need to survive. You go to the fucking store and you get Pop-Tarts. You go to the store to get Pop-Tarts, but there's somebody there making sure that there's Pop-Tarts on that fucking shelf, motherfucker.
So you don't mind about having to pay.
If you're gonna respect the waiter that just brings you a plate but doesn't cook the food, respect the person that takes care of the food.
Well, the thing is that, okay, so since we're talking about essential food items, we're talking about going to the grocery stores, and all of us have to go and buy food essentially. For the grocery workers to get paid more, the price of food is gonna have to go up. So the rest of society is gonna have to take on that financial burden as far as
it's the same shit everywhere though, man. Everybody everywhere wants more money. It's the same shit everywhere. You can't just put that on grocery workers just because they want more. You ask the same person at the CEO company whether he wants more, he gonna tell you yeah.
But I feel like
we all want more.
I feel like we have to have.
That's a society thing, though. We all want more. That's the sad thing about society.
There has to be a different motivator than money, though, because if the motivator is only
money. If you're asking me whether we should replace people with machines, that's a stupid idea.
Well, no.
Well, I mean that's a good interest.
We do trend in that direction.
That's the way we're going.
That's the way we're going.
We're still the essential workers in that time is going to be the ones that are going to have to operate the machines and everything, but the people that aren't operating are going to be the ones that are benefiting from the machines, and the people. So are we going to have to pay the people that are operating these machines, even though they're not skilled workers and only operating?
I know everybody bags on a socialistic type of philosophy, but you do have to look at it from that point of view as well as just making money, because if you think about how it's going to affect society,
so how do you motivate
as a whole? It's just when does society work best? When everything in the machine works
perfect
as it's supposed to. Everything has a job. Everything has something that they contribute
to
the performance of that machine. So if you start taking parts away and replacing them with automated shit, things might not go so well.
And would you not say like the best way to have someone feel that their job is essential in anything would be to call them heroes, right? If you call someone a hero, it makes it their job more than money and everything.
I don't know if that's I would never consider a cashier a hero. I mean, I'm just saying the people that are really on the front line are like nurses, doctors. They're the ones that are actually taking care of the people and dealing with people that are actually sick. That are sick.
Yeah, and they definitely are essential workers.
Because they're I don't know if I've never spoken with a cashier, but
it's tough to look at a job and say that people are heroes doing their job.
Yeah,
because that's what they're paid to do.
But
so how do you motivate people more than I feel like this new marketing of heroes.
A hero can be anybody. To the fucking cat, the hero is the milkman. So.
Okay, so we have an understanding of that some people in the future are going to have to be the ones to operate. Say everything does become automated, correct? And at that point, we're not going to be able to motivate those people with money. So are we going to have to motivate those people with calling them heroes? It's easier to manipulate a child and call him, hey, you're going to grow up and you're going to be a grocery store worker because you're a hero. They're going to take more pride in that than the money and stuff. As far as, so are we brainwashing our children as we grow up to have them do these jobs that are quote unquote essential? Essential
but non-skilled.
Yeah.
Where the machine does.
People are still going to have to do these jobs. People are still going to have to do these jobs.
I mean, I know there's this. I mean, I was a cashier. I started at Home Depot as a cashier.
Level of skill needed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's
I mean, there's a skill level needed. I mean, I think speed is like a skill you need as a cashier because you gotta check them out. But the machine does. The machine does the math for you. It's not like you're like looking at you check it. Oh, you write it down. Boom, you write it down. Yeah, exactly. Do, and that's it. Okay. And which is something that, as a kid, you're trained to look at a keyboard, and that's the same way it's actually you.
So is that a way that we're trending? Is that a way that we're trying to manipulate our children to call them heroes as grocery store workers?
Well, I mean, that's the same thing with society's going on right now. A lot of kids don't have that competitive drive. They don't have that drive to succeed because everything is handed to them. Motherfuckers that play sports get what's that stupid ass shit they get the participation. I mean, trophies or some shit? Don't they give them like trophies for being the last place? Like,
you gonna have to learn that in a podcast, not only you is in it. Jesus.
I'm just saying.
You get off and you just keep rambling. Like,
I have to rant.
If you got a time limit here, your guest is fucked because you only got 2 things off.
And actually, you got a pretty good level. Yeah. He has a pretty good level.
But I don't know. I just feel like grocery stores wanting to value their jobs and stuff like that is making the wrong image to our future generations, making them feel like, yeah, we're gonna train them to be a quote unquote essential.
Just over-glorifying the role.
Exactly. That's basically what I feel like is being done at this moment. And,
but isn't that people that actually are the essential workers and social media is helping it?
I don't mean no disrespect, but if you work at a grocery store, I'm sorry, but it's most definitely like a high school job, because to me, the way that.
So do you feel like those type of jobs?
To me, the way that it's essential is it's like a stepping stone, man.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, everybody's had that.
Everybody needs a first job, and a grocery store is a perfect job where you get a little bit of every little element, and you know how to deal with the customer. You know how to deal with technology, which is whether it be you're at the register or scanning or loading, whatever it may be, but you work. That you practice the necessary skills to get you into the next level of your career.
I mean,
that's definitely gonna piss some people off, because some people spend their whole lives working at a grocery store and they want to come up and say that their job is essential. Well, I mean, it is, but not necessarily to your demographic.
It's only essential because it's essential at the moment. I'm just saying it.
I mean, if you want to tell me your job is really important because you've been working there for 40 years and you're 60 years old at a grocery store, your job is important. So to the next fucking high school kid that needs to learn good fucking work ethic.
Do you feel like those type of jobs should be age capped? Like, do you feel like no one over 30 should work in a grocery store, allowing for there to be opportunities for the new generations?
Exactly. No, think about it. Yeah, there's room for the younger crowd to come in and grow and build their skills, and it's a kick in the ass to the older generation saying, get your shit together.
What do you do about the people that are older than 30 and need a job? I mean, unemployment is high as it is at this moment. I mean, regardless of the pandemic, but even
before the pandemic, it was at the best.
It was at kind of the best at that time. But you don't feel like it'll increase unemployment having those more basic jobs be capped at say a 30-year-old age, because then you'll have more like 31-year-old homeless people or 32 people that didn't plan.
I'm not saying it's gonna make or break people, but it's the same shit that's going on now. So I mean, I don't think it'd be that either we progress or we figure out the week a little bit faster, and that's just me paraphrasing.
Yeah, no, it could help society. Like, oh shit, either have these 10 years to
when you're comfortable, you don't grow. That's just nature. When you're comfortable, you don't grow. If I'm kicking you out of this, like saying, hey, look, you've been working at this grocery store for 10 years. Either you figure out a career or something, or we're gonna give it to the next person, the next fucking kid who needs to figure out how to work in society.
Yeah,
but that's the thing that you do good. You do if you're a cashier, because I worked at Home Depot. There's people that have been there for 30 years. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Here's the kicker: is that nowadays everybody wants to be the exception. So everybody wants to say that you can't kick me out because I got this and this going on. After 18, you ain't dealing with the problems. You ain't a kid. Fix your shit or don't fix your shit.
I think it could work because, once say you are in those situations of where you're working at a grocery store and you know that 30 age or whatever it is, gap is coming up. You got to start planning towards that next move.
A little bit earlier,
It's kind of a kick in the ass. It makes you feel you're like you shouldn't be comfortable at the job for that long. And if you do want something that's going to pay more, then you have to add a skill to yourself, which benefits all of society, because everyone at 30 at that point will have an additional skill in contributing to society.
Pretty much.
And
so
that person.
What I'm getting is you guys are kind of agreeing with me that they shouldn't get paid more.
I agree with you though. I'm 100% agreeing with you. You know what I'm saying?
That they shouldn't get paid. Because, it's tough living today, man. It's tough living on hella fucking.
But everybody that I notice that complains that we should get paid more, usually people are butthurt that they're there and other people are getting paid at the same time.
In a perfect world, we get paid more and inflation doesn't exist, but
that's in a perfect world.
That's in a perfect world.
I mean,
as soon as they know we got more money, they're gonna charge more. That's just period.
Like he asked that one question, is like a lot of people are getting more money not working, And how are you going to motivate those people that are not working that are still getting paid really good? I know in California.
There has to be a motivator.
Well, I mean, isn't that only till July though that people are getting like I think $1,200 a week? It's only $400 right now because you live in California.
Where you basically make more money right now at this moment to be unemployed than to have a job that pays even maybe $12, $13 an hour working full time. It is an odd time in society of like where money isn't the motivating factor anymore. Like you have to have something else. There has to be a want to get better, a want to be a better person, and we just haven't found a way to motivate people to want to get better.
The problem is money used to not money, but I guess you can say money, but money being also like work, just equaling work. Mm-hmm. It meant survival. Which it doesn't mean that today.
It doesn't.
What I mean,
we have a lot of programs.
There's a lot of There's a lot of how do I put it?
Does that have to do by the way people are being raised nowadays?
No, I mean it can.
I mean, if you would think about the younger generation, it's a little bit.
Are we becoming Republicans?
I think. Like
I said,
I actually have a theory about that. I have a theory about that.
Everyone wants to be the exception. Everyone wants to be the exception. So we all got fucking lazy and comfortable, and now they don't want to fucking grow.
That's the thing with people. Like it's the thing. That's the thing with like as a kid nowadays, you play sports. They don't. They don't know. They lose. They still get a fucking trophy.
But why do the kids want to be? Why do the kids want to be athletes? They want to be an athlete for two reasons. One being money. The second because they're a hero. Remember, you go back to instilling this message of being a hero as opposed to being money. I feel like that's what the world is going through at this moment of where we're understanding that money is no longer a motivator. So we have to motivate people or give them that self-motivation within to want to be a quote-unquote hero and continue to do good in this world.
Greed is the real issue. I mean, greed is...
I mean, that's true, but...
If we didn't have greed, dude, money wouldn't be an issue.
What do you feel about those people protesting?
Burgers used to be 90-something cents, bro.
They're 39 cents, 59 cents.
59 cents. I remember the McDonald's used to be 49 cents.
All of a sudden $4, $5, $6.
Because people want to get that minimum wage.
People wanted to get paid more, which made the cost of everything get paid more. Because you got to realize if you're getting paid more, someone's paying you.
The world became more materialistic. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of businesses that people open up. You have your own clothing store. You have this and that. There's,
China made it easy to
exactly.
Everything.
Well, imagine if 3D printing came out. Everybody could have their own business. As soon as they come, well, it's already here, but it's
not as advanced.
As advanced it is. Mm-hmm. But back to the theory where you're talking about now that we're all becoming like similar republic. I think as you get older, you start to develop these values, and that's how I think we become. When you're younger, you're more free-minded, experimental. Ooh, I see certain things.
You definitely are more experimental, but at the same time, you're also needing for someone to take care of you when you're younger. You're used to being in college, and being able to like ask your parents for money or everything. You're not able to. You're still working to try to be able to work for your own money and make your own money. Yeah. Once you start working and making your own money, then it kind of does switch your views. Like, I've been working hard enough. Fuck, I don't want to give like my taxes for this people and everything that. Yeah. So
especially when you're
like
family.
As you age and as you get older, your views might change, and your political views might change in that opinion. But yeah, it might be just an age thing at this point. Where like when you're younger, you're democratic, you're more dependent on stuff, and as you get older, you realize how hard it took you to work for that money. That you don't want to give more of it up. But you also, as you get older, you got to realize that you needed that help when you were younger. Yep. So you have to be willing to share and let the next generation grow and get better as well.
But there's like
it's a give and take. Everything is a give and take.
I'm like for me, it's like I'm agreeing with certain like. Like welfare is like it's a thing that we do need in society, but there should be a time cap because there's people that really take advantage. There's generations of it that take advantage of it. I mean, I know I'm coming from a Hispanic, Mexican point of view where my parents did struggle to get where they're at, but they never needed the help from the government. Yeah, and and I hear other people that did struggle, but they got the help, but there's other people that had it. But they stayed on it, like families. Their sister had it, their kid had it, and they never. I don't know. They never like chose. Like I'm like living on welfare is not the best life you get. You're only limited to a certain amount. You know, if you actually go and work and then you invest your money and you save your money, you could do well for yourself. And I don't know, to me, it's just more of certain people are raised a little different and see those type of that's passed down by generation. I mean, I got passed down. You work really hard and great things come to you. And I know you worked really hard, Chris, and you're still doing great, right? You know.
Yeah, we work every day to get better.
Better as a person, as a human being, but
you just work to try to get better. You realize you don't want to be in your same situation, or you don't want to be comfortable. And I mean, if you see people that are comfortable in their situations, you kind of feel bad, and you want them to do better.
I mean, being Mexican, you know what's crazy though? Like a lot of being Mexican, a lot of our parents are really conservative Republican point of views, but you throw the illegal immigrant side upon it, then we become Democrats.
Because it helps us more.
It helps us more, but a lot of us don't agree with welfare and other stuff like that, other programs.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I do.
You know, I mean, I'm with it. You know, yeah, give people the help, but not 3 years, 10 years where they have 6 kids. I'm like, God damn.
They're not trying.
They're not even trying to benefit their lives. Like, now you're just enabling people. It's like, I'm not gonna,
Yeah, no, that's definitely.
It's like me having a grown ass kid at 40 years old. Obviously, he's still there because I'm still giving him food. I'm buying him shoes, buying him clothes.
Just need a little assistance, but I mean, no, there's a difference between.
No, you need a system. Obviously, you need a little stepping stone. Everybody does.
Sometimes that's just what you need, but I mean, don't rely on it. That's what you're saying.
And people do rely. It's a sad truth,
Abusing the system, yeah.
But a lot of it has to do as a kid growing up too. What values were you implemented as a kid? Your parents raised you to work hard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Same thing with your grandparents.
It definitely is. That's
my parents too.
I was raised to try.
To try, yeah.
To try, and if you don't succeed, you fucking try again.
You never give up.
So,
simplifying it to the.
Do you feel like us as Hispanics, that our past generations did instill in that to work hard and everything, as opposed to the past generations of African Americans, which felt that society owes them. Oh
boy, damn.
Do you feel like they felt like, society owes them?
No, that's a controversial question, I don't know how to answer that because I met people that are African American that work really hard, then they don't use that excuse, But I can say the same thing with Mexicans too, though. You know what I'm saying? I know Mexican folks that legit they don't have the same values that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it depends on the person, though. I don't think a nationality matters or culture wise.
Well, it does in the U.S. because we didn't have as much pain done to us as African Americans had done to them with the U.S.
Well,
so you can't say that they don't feel like the U.S. does owe them something. They do. There's something that's reparations that are talked of in every U.S. election. So, of course, there's something of wanting to it. So why not exacerbate all of the nation's, resources that they're able to give you, like EBT, and Medi-Cal, and other free services.
This is just a topic that you're never gonna get over.
Yeah, that's something. It's always gonna get brought up.
Not even that. That's just there was too much done to just let it go, and there will never be anything enough that you can give them that'll repair anything.
Yeah,
it's just too deep of a wound.
It is.
But the thing is, though, I mean, some people have to get over. I mean, I think we're all Hispanic, and our ancestors have at one point been slaves, and I don't know, maybe as a culture wise, we've known to get over it.
I know what Chris is saying because I mean, I get it. Like, yeah, there would be one side that said, okay, we apologize, and you guys have so many things that we allow you to have now, and the other side is like, yeah, it's the allow part that is not.
Yeah, cool. That little key word.
You allowed us to have this shit that we're.
It's not something that was naturally granted.
Right. Yeah, it should be a God-given right. So I see the dilemma, and it's a really tough dilemma, but it's how you answer that shit.
I can't answer that question.
I didn't know.
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I don't think I'm the right. I don't think I'm the right person to answer that question. I just. We'd have to bring another guest. You know that. Another guest that can. I don't think I could answer that question really. I mean, I hope I answer it to a point where it's like.
Everybody's answer is gonna be different anyway. So.
Yeah, I know everyone's answer, but I don't. Try to be more, like, this is not the answer for me. It's not my question.
You can always look at Native Americans and be like,
that's true.
Like, I mean,
they definitely got their land taken away.
Well, why weren't Native Americans made slaves as opposed to African Americans? Were they not good enough workers?
Like it's not gonna sound really good to say right now. They were.
I feel like they were good hunters.
They might have had a little bit more up here.
Okay, I felt like they were good hunters.
To be like, fuck, I feel like not working for you. They weren't gonna work for the white.
I mean,
look, if white people
are you sure that they got invaded and they were like, I'm defending my land, or because of diseases? There was less of them.
So you feel like the diseases ended up wiping them out.
I think they came to. The Europeans came to this country.
African Americans were more able to take the white people's infections, is what you're saying, as opposed to the Native Americans.
Look, I don't know how they all got tricked coming to America.
I don't know neither.
I don't know how that side of the story goes. All I can see is on this side, on the Native American side, they were trying to steal their land. They're like, no, we're not stupid, and shit got sour, and yeah.
I mean, the same thing what happened with the
paraphrasing, and I don't mean no disrespect with with the desensitized version of that.
Or it could have been like the Aztecs. Like they see the Europeans. Oh my God, these guys are gods. Fuck. Well, here's our gold. Here's our best, our nutrients.
That was something that I always thought of is like, well, look,
both sides got taken advantage of.
Here, why weren't they the ones?
I just think the most.
I understand. Yeah, you're right.
The most. People that like the Europeans were the most advanced civilization, and they took advantage of, they weren't advanced yet. They were probably primitive at the time. That's what I'm thinking. Huh?
The Native Americans.
Native Americans, the Aztecs, Africans too, because they were all of them were tribes. So there wasn't cities.
What made it different though? Why weren't Native Americans? If they're already here, why bring people here? Why not enslave the ones that are already here? You get me? Why bring people here?
I know what you're saying.
If you have people here, why wouldn't you want to enslave those people?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, because the ones that you brought didn't fight. Mm-hmm. Or as far as I know, didn't put up
But that's what I'm saying. The primitive...
And Native Americans fought their ass off.
Prime example.
Okay.
We get...
Speaking of prime, we have them
here. So that's it comes to another. So, for example, we are a prime civilization next to an advanced civilization. They come over here, we're gonna see them as gods, obviously.
No, fucking cut this entire section out. Not black. You have to cut this whole fucking thing out.
What? It's gonna be hard to edit it.
It better not be hard to edit.
I don't even know why he answered this question, dude.
No, this is true. He's like, yeah, we shouldn't be talking about this on air. This shit can't be broadcasted. We're going to get smacked the fuck up.
It's just questions that I have.
Interesting. No,
but I don't.
It's not an interesting topic. But maybe don't ask me.
That's what I said. When he answered to me, I was like, "Why are you asking me these questions, though? Why are you asking me these questions, though? I can't."
Oh, maybe we didn't have the right guest.
Yeah, but
let me get you Ike or Jay.
Jay would have been a perfect guess, but Jay would have answered. But I could just, damn it, Chris. Why? I just like. I'm gonna leave it as it is because it's not like everybody really meant. Because you clarified, like, hey, no, I'm not trying to offend. It's not. It's gonna come out the wrong way, but it's not. But what I was trying to say is like.
That doesn't make it okay.
I know it doesn't make it okay.
I can say no offense and then say something really offensive. It don't fucking matter.
Not clean it up at all.
It's not. Shit.
I'm gonna try to.
No offense, but you're fucking ugly. That make it better? No, fuck no. I'm sorry. Don't fucking post this shit.
It's gonna be hard to edit, but I'll cut it out.
No, this is a good.
That was a good question, though. It was
just my.
I hope I answered it to the point where it was pretty. Like, what do you think? How's the way I
This
answered?
was Chris's question.
I think we were
I was
as
interested.
respectful as we could have been.
Well,
But at the same
Well,
time,
back to what I was saying though. Like, I feel. Have you ever seen the movie Battlefield Earth? Like, if we are like we as a civilization, we are primitive still. Aliens come over here, way advanced. Oh, we gonna get put to slaves, bro. And obviously, throughout the years, we're still gonna.
Well, I was thinking about when you were trying to describe the Europeans were more advanced and civilized. Like, what is what is civilized and what is primitive?
Well, I feel like they knew how to manipulate other people.
Okay, so it's not just
They saw things that they didn't. The technology that they had was like, oh man, these guys are gods. It happened to the Aztecs though. They saw these, the Europeans. They came with these type of technologies. The Spaniards, they were like, oh, these guys are gods. These guys, they're tall. They're taller than obviously.
Primitive to you is simple-minded.
No, I'm saying like technology-wise.
What do you mean primitive?
Primitive, like less technology, like lower technology. They're not advanced technology-wise.
When you were describing the Europeans, you were saying they're more civilized, and they look at the Native Americans as more primitive. And it's like, well, what do you mean by
technology-wise? That's what I'm trying to say. More advanced technology.
The tools they had.
The tools they had. If you see someone with it, you would come like if you would take you would take your iWatch. Back in the days, they would think you're different.
The only tool that the Europeans had versus the Native Americans had that was so advanced was gunpowder, wasn't it?
Gunpowder.
Where did they get the gunpowder from?
The Chinese.
So then who was more civilized?
Obviously the Chinines.
So what do you guys think?
Then it's just on the technology.
I think technology is a big factor.
Far, the Asian culture has been
always
ridiculously more.
Because I know Japan is like 10 years.
Anybody.
I think Asian culture has been more 10 years ahead of us.
Just like they survived the last 1,000 years, they're probably gonna surpass us as fucking, like just literally the way. Think about just the entire history of Asia, dude. Like, we're gonna get surpassed, and they're gonna still be fucking alive. Like
we're still gonna get hated on by Vice News.
Those chinks have definitely done their math.
So why? Why do you have to say this on air?
To improve your editing skills. To force you to know how to edit.
Now I really gotta sit there for hours. This is probably not gonna get premiered probably for a while.
Man, there isn't like a click and drag, cut this shit.
No, there is. It just looks hella ugly sometimes.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's fucking just difficult as fuck. But anyway, continue on with the show.
But like I was saying, I wasn't saying like primitive. I'm saying technology wise, it's when you have technology, I think you're more as a civilization easier to control others.
What do you guys think that first conversation was like though between the Indian and the Native American? Do you feel like he was like did they have like this translator dude come through? How did they even learn how to speak English? Wasn't this the first time they were getting to meet each other? Like, how did that go down? Did they just like choke a turkey in front of each other, or how did that go down?
I think it was ugly as fuck.
Oh yeah, I think it was bad. It was bad.
They were like the white guys were just over there. Give me that Pocahontas looking bitch over here right now. I'm taking her on my fucking boat.
If you can't understand nobody, you're definitely gonna point the gun first, and you just don't know what they're saying. Like just protect. The instinct is to protect yourself. So I'm sure they shot bows and arrows and they shot back for no reason, for literally no reason other than I don't know you.
They're like bang 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 bang.
Straight the fuck out. You landed on my rock and I don't know who the fuck you are. Get the fuck away. Shooting bows and arrows, and they were like, hey, what the fuck are you shooting bows and arrows for?
Hey, what's that? Speaking of that, Speaking of that, what's that civilization that's still in the island where
they'll
like
kill you
if you go in? Didn't they just kill like a priest not that long ago?
Yeah, they killed a couple of tourists. I think.
I forgot. I should look it up actually.
It is a current tribe.
It's a current tribe, dude, in the island.
That does not allow
nobody
near.
But I heard the reason why they're like that is because previously, like I want to say like 60 years ago or 80 years ago, someone went over there and actually started doing experiments on them, like actually putting shit into their buttholes, like checking shit. Like they were doing some fucked up shit to the tribe.
Fucking illegal military.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This must have been some European, obviously.
It's always some fucking random military. Whether it be ours or Russians. Or
well, I mean, look at the movie Avatar.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me look at it.
So what time are we at, David?
We are at 1 hour and 48 minutes.
All right, you
How
guys.
long do these shits normally go?
Whatever.
That's what I was about to say, Alejandro. You feel like we're ready to wrap it up?
Wrap it up. I
feel
mean,
like
it should have wrapped up a long time ago.
for like a
30 minutes
a
ago.
test run, it is definitely wrapped up.
All right.
So, is there any last final messages you would like to let the people out there know about Alejandro Gonzalez? Who is he? What else? What haven't you had a chance to represent about yourself so far?
I'll leave you with a quote from a movie, Gladiator. One of the senators uses.
Fucking hard ass.
You know, I don't pretend to be a man of the people. I care about the people. You know, I'm not saying I'm not selfish because everybody's selfish, but I do try to be a man for the people.
Damn.
All right, y'all. So that was Alejandro Gonzalez. He was our second guest here on episode 3 of the Chris and David podcast. You got anything else you want to say, David, before we wrap it up?
Damn it, Chris. Controversial questions, but those are the best.
Well, man, if I can leave off on any note, that I'm just gonna say peace, love.
Peace and love. The whole. This is.
Everybody keep trucking on. You know, everybody's going through their bullshit. We ain't alone.
So we ain't alone.
Be nice.
If you definitely made it this far into the podcast, we definitely appreciate you just taking that fucking time to go ahead and listen. Hopefully, we attracted your attention enough to take about almost 2 hours of your time.
Yeah. We fools.
If you're on traffic, this is the best time to listen to it.
If you want to listen to a couple fools, just
Oh, definitely.
Just chit chat.
Chit-chat bullshit.
Rock your brain. You know, get into some touchy subjects. As you can see, we ain't afraid to push the envelope. These guys ain't afraid to push the envelope. They'll definitely talk about anything, anywhere, any fucking time.
Well, I'm glad we could have you back once again one of these days, and
definitely.
I hope you like the experience in the podcast.
I'm still getting used to listening to myself.
You're gonna listen to it right after this.
You know, I mean, it's cool.
It's cool, man. I'm glad. Thank you for taking the time and doing this interview.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
I'm trying to get my radio voice.
I mean,
Chris over here.
I don't have any corona tests. I don't have any corona tests. We're not that advanced. We don't have that money to give you corona tests like the Joe Rogan show. Yeah, you should have test you before you come to my house, but we poor. You know what I'm saying? But all right, catch us at the podcast on Google Podcasts. Catch us on Spotify, and we will premiere videos on Friday. Thank you guys. Hopefully soon. Peace.